Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Modcast episode. It's episode 50.
Sync.
That
Oh,
it is.
wait. Sorry. Never mind.
We're not. It's a live stream. It's a newfangled contraption that I hear is all the rage.
Oh, what? What'd you say?
Oh,
A
yeah.
life streed? What's a life streed? I don't understand you kids and your newfangled
That's the life support that you're
technology.
hooked up to. The live stream.
And so I'm
Yes.
apparently. Who are you guys? You're people, right? What's your name?
First, what's your name? What is your name?
I'm Modularity. I already said.
Oh, okay. Hi, Modularity.
Clearly see. Yeah.
My name
Go on.
is Sly. I'm officially changing my name now to Sly.
Sly. Are you related?
Sly.
Her family. If
Yes.
Are you one of those? All right.
Are you trying to be the next Stallone?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
that makes total sense. I may or may not be someone called John Smith. I may or may not be undercover at the moment.
As Thomas.
Well, you seem to be Thomas Anderson right now. So okay, so I guess that's just your code name, your other code name, I guess.
I'm hidden behind 7 proxies. Yes.
Who else
And-
is here? Yes.
I'm here. I'm Lego Master.
and we have a special guest.
We have a special muted guest here. As you can tell, he's gonna be really lively and saying words.
His name is John C.
2015 called. They want their
I'm OculusNuva.
And this is the Clifford's. Wait, hold on.
Nope, I'm out. I'm
No,
out.
this is-
We
nope,
promised.
all right.
We promised we would not mention that name. I can't do. I'm out.
All right, and so here we are. This finally did it, we're doing it. This podcast 50. So yeah, that means we're gonna answer your questions because you guys asked a few. We do it every 10 episode interval. It's time for the QANDA. Let's do it.
So-
So I have a live chat here. So hello everyone that is chatting live. I guess you can ask questions and we might answer them. Who knows? But we have a few questions we're gonna go through, and then if we're if we're already if we finish with them, then answer any more questions. So
Let's start off with a good, strong question that really sets the tone of this. Leo Xander asks, in all of your time on YouTube, what has been the worst part about running a channel?
it's great. What are you talking about? YouTube is the best platform and only platform. Please don't kill us, YouTube.
Please don't demonetize.
Oh well,
It's too late. It's too late. We already were demonetized.
Yeah, we already make like negative money off this, man. It's like people people already left. So I'd say YouTube. The worst part about running is it's honestly not what most people would say. Like, I think most people would say the like copyright claims or being demonetized would be a big issue with YouTube. Yeah, it's just like getting there. It's hard with how how hidden a lot of stuff is with the algorithms, and just make way that people will actually want to watch stuff. Or rather, they'll actually show up in your related videos section. Like just getting stuff out there, like that to me has been the worst part. Just like figuring out this whole cavalcade of like SEO. Because we don't make many money off this, so I'm like monetization anyway. But yeah, I'm curious as to what you guys think. Like, generally apply to YouTube, like your individual channels as well. So
yeah, honestly, there's again when you're not trying to run a YouTube channel as like this is like my business, this is my industry, I'm gonna like make money off of this, like the whole demonetization,
make a whole $2.
Yeah, you make a whole $2. If you're not trying to do that, YouTube actually isn't really that bad, all things considered. I think probably my least favorite thing, just in general, I guess it's not really about running a YouTube channel, but just the end cards. I don't like how restrictive those are, how they can only be in a certain time frame at the end of the video. I mean, if you could put them whenever, wherever, I feel like it would free up for a lot more creativity.
So sweet. Yeah. The end card annotation thing, the whole system, is just it really caters to a certain format of YouTubers, that it's like you can just put everything, all your plugs at the end, but that it would be so nice if you could just link stuff with that format, because it really is nice looking, and it's really the UI, I think. So yeah, YouTube just please let it be applicable to the entire video. But they don't listen to small YouTube channels. So, anyone else got anything to say?
I think I don't run
with YouTube.
I don't really run a YouTube account, but I do streaming on Twitch.
Hashtag not so subtle plug.
Well, I didn't even give out my name, all right? But anyways,
hey, if you guys want to watch a guy play Dark Souls and other stuff, you should go check out OculusNuva at twitch.tv.
Yeah, link
in
the description, not an
You're saying OculusNuva's name is OculusNuva? What?
Hey, don't give out my real name.
Your real name is John Johnson.
I would never share a name with that disgusting person. Anyways,
are you sure?
Twitch, at least, I find it, and I honestly think Twitch can be a little bit more difficult to get yourself out there starting from square one, because there's no algorithms or anything, like there's no recommended page and stuff like that. Not really. Mm-hmm. But I think one of the hardest parts is like going through all that effort of streaming and stuff and just seeing like not a lot of feedback. Because there's not tons of people around to be active in the chats or to just be there for the stuff. And I think that's similar to YouTube, where you can spend hours editing a video and even more on just working on it, planning it out, but you're not guaranteed to have a huge response or big feedback. You could get only a few views, a few likes on the video.
That is true.
Working through that is the most difficult part. But really, I think it comes down to you got to enjoy what you're doing. You shouldn't go into it with the outlook that you're going to make money off of it or gain any semblance of popularity off of it. It's just
I think I've said this before on like the previous QANDA, is that like user retention, or rather just comments. I really value the comments a lot, because it really tells me that people are engaged with the content. They are actually responding to, and having further discussion about it. So I really appreciate everyone that comments, and, I try to, have discussions with you guys, because it's just fun to talk about stuff.
Yeah. And I think like, I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Like a lot of YouTube channels, they don't even read their comments, and I don't know why some of them do that, because there's no better way. Like, I find comments are just great because it brings interaction into it. It, like you said, it shows that people are engaged. Even if it's just like some sort of joke comment, it shows that they've bothered to stop and take the time to actually like interact. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. So
Should probably move
question?
on to the next question. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. BioKnight, who is now in the chat, actually. Hello. Your question was themes. Past besides Bionicle. So I have mainly been a Bionicle fan, so I'd say my favorite line outside of that was for Bionicle. There was this one dinosaur line. Like, it was literally just like I think there's like these really little sets that had maybe like a couple of parts. I think you actually got a line,
no,
right?
not before Bionicle. They ran at the same time,
Currently with
2000,
Bionicle.
2001.
Yeah, so I had a couple of those. I think I had the T-Rex and the Mosasaur, and those were just great. Other than that, I mean, I saw my friends had Knights Kingdoms. I thought those were really cool. I really wanted the purple knight because he didn't have a purple Toa, so it was just kind of But I never actually.
Andrew, you filthy casual.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm only Bionicle boy, man. That's all I know. But what about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, not to say that I'm like a pure construction fan or whatever, because like I'm not, but I really, construction is really what I like. I'd say Hero Factory probably would be my next step if I had to go with a system theme. I said it in the last QANDA, actually, that my favorite system theme in the past or whatever was Exoforce, which I know a lot of people still think that the mechs are flawed, they're wobbly, they're jointed, it's hard to pose, and that's all true. But I feel like the concept was really good. It had a lot of good core concepts that was really pretty unique and something that Lego hadn't ever done before. So I thought it was overall just really cool conceptually, and obviously the sets look neat too.
All right. Yeah. Exoforce definitely, like, I remember also seeing that. I think, when was it? 2000 or
2006 through 2008.
Okay. No, it's like, okay, that makes sense. It was back when I was in Oman. I remember seeing an ad for Exoforce and thinking it was the coolest thing, but they never sold any of the sets near where I lived, so I only got the Fantoka instead. I was pining for those mechs, man. Those were super cool.
The thing about Exoforce is that they were really cool looking mechs, but I can't help but think that by modern standards, they're very, very
no. I understand, because like I do agree to a certain extent that I see the flaws of the sets. I see that they're floppy in some areas, and the ratchet joints make it difficult to pose and stuff like that. But I still think they look cool, and the concept of it is really what I like the most. Just the robot evil guys and the anime heroes. I don't know. I thought it was cool.
I think one of the things that set Exoforce apart was the design, mostly for like the box art and the stickers on the sets, because I think that the stickers are what added a huge amount to a lot of those mechs. If you take the stickers away, they're maybe a bit basic and in a lot of cases kind of flimsy in some cases, but the stickers are what added so much personality and flair to them. And I think that for me, at least, I never got any of the Exoforce stats, but that's specifically what I remember is just how cool they looked in the box art because of those stickers.
Yeah. What about you, LM? What is your favorite Lego theme, past or present, besides Bionicle?
I've got a couple. Like, there's Star Wars has always been the one that I've been interested in. Probably for much longer than Bionicle. Actually, Bionicle I only really got more heavily into recently, whereas I've pretty much grown up with Lego Star Wars. And I'm thinking especially about recent stuff because I've talked about previous Lego themes that I really enjoyed on previous modcasts, but more recently I've actually been extremely impressed with Lego Elves, and because I got a set as a gift recently, and I find that Elves is, I at first dismissed it as kind of maybe a bit of a girly theme, but I got one of the smaller dragon sets and I really, really like it. Partly because it has azure blue and trans purple wings, which are colors that have been released in Construction. So I want to use those wings on something. But even the dragon build itself, it's not overly feminine. I think that they're good at using less, like, say, pinkish and super purple colors than Friends. Like Friends, I think, has a little bit more, for lack of a better term, girly colors. But with Friends, they really try to delve more into the fantasy aspect of it. And I think that the builds are really nice and the colors.
Or with Elves, yeah.
And what another cool thing is
it definitely seems more like neutral, and that appeals both to,
And what I really like about Elves, sorry?
Elves, it appeals to, not just girls, I guess, or it's marketed.
It's definitely, I think, girl-centered because you have things like the mini dolls and even this little dragon. It has a little bow in its hair, or whatever constitutes hair on a dragon, and it's got some kind of feminized features. But for the most part, I think that what I really like about the line is that especially the artwork captures some of the original style that I saw in Knight's Kingdom 2 of this very vibrant kind of optimistic fantasy world that's very different from, like, say, Lord of the Rings, which is a much darker, realistic fantasy. Elves is all nice and colorful, and like I said, it reminds me of the old Knight's Kingdom 2 comics and art style that they used in that line. And a lot of the sets also remind me of what we could see in a potential kind of in System Bionicle. I think that a lot of the G3 stuff that TTV has been doing and a lot of the sets that have been coming out of that, it seems to me pretty similar to what Elves is doing, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
they are more vibrant, their colors. Like a lot of the models that I've seen on the boards for Brickonicle really do like exude, like certain color schemes for each of the regions, like they're really, I guess.
And they're able to do things that have never been done before. Like, I'm just looking at this dragon, and you could never have done this back when, like, say, Exoforce or the original Fantasy Castle was a thing, because these mixel ball joints just make such a difference. And a lot of the other newer pieces, a lot of the bows and tooth pieces just work great as scales. So I think that Elves and also Brickonicle are really able to use some of the more modern parts in the Lego toolbox to create more interesting organic shapes that I would say they really wouldn't have been able to do nearly as well 10 years ago, which is awesome.
So did you answer the question, or like John's still there, or Thomas?
What? Who?
Did you answer the question?
Okay.
Thomas Anderson.
Get over here.
The vast majority of sets that I have are either Star Wars or the various medieval themes, so like Castle and Knight's Kingdom and Vikings. Shout out to Vikings. Underrated line.
Horribly underrated. I mean, you look back at those sets. I mean, I don't understand why no one ever does Vikings anymore. Does it have to do with like the social aspect, like the culture?
Hey, don't say no one does Vikings. There's a Mega Constructs Viking ship set out now. Not to discuss heretical.
No one does Vikings. I continue to stress my point.
Well, wasn't there like a Vikings TV show on, was it Netflix or the History
Or
Channel or something
It was
recently?
the History
Yeah,
Channel.
I think
Okay,
it's-
so
I think it's
maybe
History Channel.
Lego's got no excuses to do a
bit more-
Vikings theme.
And also, How to Train Your Dragon has
Yeah,
a lot
okay.
of Nordic Viking influences, which would really also, just a side note, do one of the other brick-based manufacturers own a How to Train Your Dragon license? Because
I don't know.
I think Mega Constructs might have DreamWorks in general, but I could be wrong about
Yeah.
that.
oh man, because Lego How to Train Your
Also-
Dragon sets would just be phenomenal.
Also, Skyrim doesn't have sailing, but like the culture is clearly inspired by Vikings.
Yeah, very
And
Nordic.
that's sort of popular a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it's decently popular. What about you, Oculus? Do you have a favorite Lego theme apart from Bionicle?
It's kind of difficult to say for certain, but I think the default one that I've always gone with is Power Miners. I just loved I'm not much of a vehicle guy usually. Even as a kid, I didn't like love toy cars or anything like that. But for some reason, there's just something about Power Miners that was just so creative. I loved having I love the rock monsters especially, but then even just the designs of the miners themselves, everything, I just found it to be a lot of fun. It's a really disappointment that it had to end so soon, but I'm hoping that maybe like Agents, we can get a reboot of it in a better, new, more modern form.
I
Well, I mean,
agree. It is a really disappointment.
Whatever. All right. You know what's a really big disappointment? You. So you can leave. I'm replacing you in the Modcast. We're announcing that here. That's what I'm here for.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
replacing
yeah,
you
that's
on
right.
the
That's right.
Modcast.
Announcement: Oculus has replaced John or Thomas
Well,
Anderson.
fine
I'm
then.
sorry.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. All right.
Good riddance.
Oh,
There you go.
Left. Well,
New member of the Modcast
all
has
right.
been announced.
Okay, so
GG.
John left.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to say that oh, he's back. Oh,
he's back.
Franked.
oh.
What were you gonna say, Slime? What were you gonna say?
I was going to say that, and on a serious note, Lego's been doing a lot of like soft reboots with themes recently with City, where they've been treating City less of like a oh, here's like a trash vehicle, here's like fire truck, and more like minor action theme. So like recently,
right,
like the
right.
Summer Wave, we just got pictures of that, and it's like it's an Arctic theme, kind of playing off of the different Arctics that they've
Wait,
got.
another Arctic theme? They just did Arctic in City like 2 years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, well, shh, it's different. It's different this time.
Yeah,
it's got a mammoth.
Totally. Lego City.
Wait,
I don't know,
seriously, they have Lego mammoths now? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But no, yeah, something like that I could see them doing with Power Miners. In fact, I think they already kind of did. Was it last year?
Like
The
a
mining
Lego
sets, they
mammoth.
were... I saw some in the 2018 catalog, so I think
The Lego
maybe
City
they're
ones?
late 2017 or early 2018.
Yeah. Wasn't sure when they came out.
Right.
Hey, chat. When did those? When did the Miney city sets come out?
I believe that was actually like mid 2017. They've been out
That's
for a
what I-
while, or
That's what I thought, but I wasn't
mid
sure.
to late 2017. And then I'm pretty sure they had like more mining sets way earlier.
Yeah, I remember there was a different city mining line. That was back when they introduced the new at the time hard hat piece that had an attachment for a lamp. I distinctly remember that a couple years ago.
Oh yes, that's right. That was it was like 2015, 2016 when they had like the first city mining series.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay, so do you guys want to?
Move on. Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So Winter Storm
Finally getting to the third
345
question.
asks.
Guys,
yeah.
wait. I never got to answer the question.
Oh, we got a
Oh
Kronk?
yeah, Kronk's here as well. Hello,
He
Kronk.
lives.
Hi, I snuck in
You
here.
inserted yourself here.
Like the
Yeah,
sneaky,
you
sneaky
broke into our
snob.
base. Yeah, what's up? What's
So,
what's your
favorite
answer to the
Lego
question?
theme? I gotta say Lego Indiana Jones, actually.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That was a really interesting theme, and I'm really sad that they discontinued it a while ago. It had really good vehicles that I think were on par with the Lego Batman movie, which is also another good scene. And they had some really nice sets too, even the smaller ones. And it just really makes me nostalgic because they had a lot of good builds in there, and it was Indiana Jones. Come on.
Yeah, I had a couple Lego Indiana Jones, and they were pretty good quality, all things considered. Pretty good interpretations of. I think the cool thing about it was because Indiana Jones is set in like the 30s and 40s. It's like you had those older type of vehicles depicted in Lego, which isn't something you typically see.
So, moving on to the next question. Winterstorm345 asks, come from?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. So, how do I even answer this? When two admins love each other very much.
Okay, so let me explain. All right, so deep in like the Bermuda Triangle, there's this evil group called TTV. It's this big cult. At the center of a mountain is a volcano. Like at the center of a mountain is another volcano, and they summon from the deepest pits of the fire a moderator to bring the most evil, fun killing experience possible. And that's how a moderator is made.
Known as moderation.
It's a horrifying experience. I saw a documentary on this. I read about it on BuzzFeed. It's all true, but it's terrifying.
I mean, obviously.
So, guys, when a moderator is created, first of all, it's by sheer coincidence, and it's because TTV was like, "Oh, hey, you're a new user that really likes to enforce the rules. Why don't you just be a moderator?" And they just asked some random kid that came on their board like a week ago. And it's like, okay, cool, that's nice.
That's how it happened with every single one of us.
Pretty much.
And here's the story of how I became a moderator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Next question.
So, next question by Hutera,
I believe.
I thought it was
Hutera. Okay.
Hutier, actually.
Hutier. Okay. Yeah, okay. Actually that is
yeah,
it's not Hutier. He's being called Hutier.
My apologies.
Best. He specified that I think he said like it shouldn't be the Lego Star Wars because they're brimming with nostalgia for people. So I don't know. I honestly have not really played.
Does he mean like the online games or like?
I think he means like games in general.
Oh, I thought he was referring to like the
like
Lego,
the Traveler's Tales games,
like Lego Star Wars or Lego Harry Potter, like those kinds of franchises. I'm not sure.
Well, let's just treat it as like any Lego game because I feel like that's a lot more broad and you get a lot more.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say that I think I've played it a little bit recently and it's not as good as I remember it being. But one of my favorite games growing up was two actually. One was Lego Extreme. Lego Island Extreme Sports, which it's a weird mixture of like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and like a 3D platformer, but also Lego Island and also just I don't even know, but it was fun. I thought it was interesting. And my other favorite was Lego Racers 2, which is just a racing game, but there were some neat aspects to it. There was like an overworld you could explore and stuff. But yeah, those are probably two of my favorites. If you have to go with like a Traveler's Tales games, I'd say probably I gotta go with the classic original Lego Star Wars. I still feel like it had a lot that's good about it.
Lego Indiana Jones.
Lego Indiana Jones is pretty good too. I didn't play that
Although
as much.
I was gonna say Lego Studios though, you know, like the online game. That was legit.
Oh, the
Oh, that
Lego
was a lot of
backlot.
fun.
Backlot.
Yes.
Does anyone
Whatever
remember?
it was called?
This isn't my answer, but does anyone remember that old race, like Technic race car game where you were
Mhm.
just you were
Yeah.
driving around the Lego store and stuff? That was
Yes.
awesome.
I love that game.
I played that all the time as a kid.
As did I.
Yeah. I mean, just give a cop-out answer and say Monog. You know, in terms of best Lego game.
I mean, I forgot that Bionicle was a thing.
I did too.
Okay, guys.
I mean, Monog is pretty good. I don't know if I'd necessarily qualify it as like the best Lego game though. Just, I mean, it's well, I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, Monog is obviously it's a great experience, and if you're a Bionicle fan, you should absolutely play it at some point.
We actually got quite a few people viewing now, like 18 whole people.
Yes, and I'm
Some of them
interviewing
are us.
us.
Metro Nui.
Oh,
All right, can
we
we?
in the chat? I honestly, I'm not paying a ton of attention to the chat. I'm sorry, people. I'm managing a whole bunch of other stuff.
That's why I'm here.
What do you guys see on the chat? Do you see
Before we
any-
move on to the last move on from the last question, can I just say that all of your opinions are invalid because Junkbot is the best Lego game?
Junkbot?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Wait, have you never heard of Junkbot, Waj?
Don't think I have.
Dude, you've
come
never
on.
lived. You're not a true Lego fan unless
Hold
you
on.
played Junkbot.
Let me look it
It
up.
was heretical.
Junkbot. I have so. I'm super casual, as you can tell.
I'm
very out of the loop.
I'm
on
gonna
a lot
send
of
this in the
stuff.
Discord chat, but like, look, I can relate with this character so much.
Oh yes, yep.
Beautiful.
He
Probably
is.
a meme. I remember this one guy, Sayabnaf, the legendary. Like that's his avatar. Is this Junkbot?
Yeah.
So that's one connection that I can make with it. Other than that, so
It's unfortunate. All right, we're moving on to the next question.
I was gonna say,
move.
I'm trying to entertain the chat right now, and like it's kind of getting a little funny. And
Okay.
Dude, you just let the chat do what the chat does. You can't entertain it. It'll entertain itself. Don't worry.
but I want to do that too.
Way. So next questions come from Toby Ekozap, who is also in the chat. Hello, Toby. Being a bad person, but you know what? Questions. If you were to go back and change one Modcast, which one would it be?
Okay, hold on. Before we give our answer, I want us all to think about what our answer will be and say it all at the same time. Are you ready?
Wait, what was the
All right,
question?
Okay.
If you were to
Do
go
a
back and
countdown,
change
or-
one Modcast, which one would it be? It doesn't apply to you as much. So, shoot. All right, ready?
3, 2.
Memes.
Memes.
Episode. Oh, beams.
It was just not a good episode.
For episode, yeah. It like would just probably not do that one because we had so little to say. Just meandering about with that topic.
Can we delete that video, please?
What
Yes.
ones we even change? Yeah, do you guys have any other answers for that? Like,
No.
was that one? Were you part of that?
I feel like I could have. I feel like I could have done a better job critiquing Voltron on that episode.
On Voltron?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for my profile picture to update.
1 second.
One second.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you did a decent job of ripping Voltron to shreds.
I think my answer would be that
I could have ripped it to more shreds though, and that saddens me.
Dang it.
I think my answer would be if we could change one thing, it would be delete the channel.
Oh, there we go.
It'll be the channel. Okay.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah, just delete the channel. That's what I would if I could go back and change.
Rebrand
something.
again. Let's.
No, not rebrand. Just delete the channel. Just it never
Just
happened.
delete it.
We're not rebranding.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Who would ever
That's
delete
what
their
we should
channel?
do.
Though? Who would ever unlist
Actually, this is
in
the last
private
Modcast.
a
Just
whole
newsflash.
year plus
And
worth of
once this is
videos?
done streaming, the entire channel is going to be deleted. Just all of it's gone. All right.
Next question.
His next question is: if you could go back in time and tell yourself one bit of information, it'd be. So I would probably not tamper with time. I've seen too many things about the butterfly effect and the paradoxes that could be caused by it. I'm sure John would agree that it's no good trying to finagle with time, causing alternate dimensions to sprout up. So I wouldn't tell myself anything.
I agree.
Go, like, go with the
However,
flow.
I'm not sure I'd be able to resist the temptation to tell myself to make sure to always be mean to a guy named OculusNuva if I ever meet him.
You're always mean to him, anyways.
I guess I don't need to change anything then.
I would go back and tell myself to invest all my money in buying Lego Squidwards back in 2005 when the sets were coming out. Just buy like 80 of those Krusty Krab sets. That's it. It was a good set.
I had
It came
two
with
of those giant brick-built SpongeBobs. I still have them.
I know you do. But are they as good as Squidward? No.
Well, no, they aren't. But I still have like 6, 7 Squidwards. So I know
I need
you
more Squidwards.
because you actually have money and I don't. But
How did you wind up with 2?
I don't even remember, dude. Like one of them was a gift, and then the other one was just like another gift, I think, from someone else. So we had 2, one for me and one for my brother. It was weird. Now they're just like half mangled, like trying to reach out of the Lego bin. It looks like a horrifying scene, like some terrifying old painting or something, but
Just
All right.
Next question.
Oh yes.
Is that everyone?
Oh, I don't
Anyone
want to
else
answer the
wanna
last question.
No.
I want to answer this one though.
Which one? The Marcus one or
Yes.
the next one? Okay.
I would
So,
really love to.
Next question is: have the skills of one Marcus. Who would it be? And
The third eye.
88. Yeah, I mean, it was just his mocking ability.
That's a joke, but
and nothing else. So yeah.
I see we're getting the trash bot stuff going on here.
we're bringing trash back.
Oh yeah, what's going on? Is it in the chat? Or
No,
you doing?
and Hangouts. Check it out.
Oh, this is great.
Oh man,
It's so.
trash.
In any case,
Can I give an actual answer?
yes.
Go
Go right
My
ahead.
actual answer is that there's this guy. His name is the Secret Walrus. He's on a few different places. I know him because I actually sat next to him at Brick Fair. Great guy, great dude. An amazing Marcus. He used to be on the boards as Bricks of Awesome. Recently changed his name to the Secret Walrus. to match
Right.
other places. He's just done a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of inventive ideas. And that's what, you know, it's one thing to be a mockist and have good like talent and skill, and it's another thing to be just a good artist in general and have really cool and creative ideas, which I've seen him do on numerous occasions. Just like being able to translate an idea. It's like one thing if like, okay, if you can make like a toe of fire, it looks cool, but is that the most creative thing? I shrugged right there. You couldn't see it, but I shrugged.
Oh,
I realized as I did
okay.
that wouldn't translate to an audio live
Right.
broadcast.
Not doing a video, so.
All right, that's my actual answer.
I think if I were to have the
shout outs to him.
I would kind of want a real answer here. There's been quite a few like Bionicle mockups I've seen on Custom Bionicle Wiki. One of them I'm really jealous of is Windfall the Wanderer. He's great. He makes really good mocks with the Anika build and everything. I'm really jealous of him and I want his skill, but I don't have it.
Ah, all right. Up this guy's name for he's on the boards. I think his name is the Chosen One or TCO. He does a lot of cool like looks like they're very detailed and they have a lot of blood going into them, but what the creatures that he's with a small amount of parts, like he conveys a lot through to a small, basically. So I'd really want that ability to just always so cool. I think I mentioned him back on QANDA 2, actually. Like he had this little squid mock, you know. Probably him. Probably Chosen One.
I think if I were to have the skills of one mockist, it would definitely be Digoxin. He's on Flickr and DeviantArt. He has some very, very like he's just very creative with the way that he uses pieces, and his mocks are oftentimes like seamless. Like some of them you can look at them, and if you didn't know construction very well, you probably wouldn't be able to tell that it was built out of construction. You'd think it's just like a solid piece of plastic. He's just really creative with the builds that he does, creative with his parts usages, and I would love to be able to have that kind of creativity and skill.
John, do you have any mockusts that you particularly admire?
I am a filthy casual who doesn't really pay much attention to these things. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I have no skill, so I'll just take whatever I can get.
Okay.
I will say that. Sorry.
Answer that, or you answer that, or I forget.
John, were you finished?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I'm just cutting in and out here, and it's
great,
a little
guys.
bit. So sorry, is it my turn to answer or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I will say that for me, I've admired a lot of mockists, especially when I was starting out with Bionicle and CCBS mocking. There was a lot of people around the internet who I thought, oh, they're so cool. I love what they do with Bionicle. I want to be able to do that kind of thing. So people like Crow, Fenrek, who I don't think he's really around anymore, Logan McCohen, a couple of others just had some really great mocks, and especially in Logan McCohen's case, he was able to use CCBS to make some really awesome G1 revamps, and I just really like the way that he was able to combine CCBS and Technic parts together. But more and more, I've kind of just been figuring out my own mocking style, and so there's still a lot of people whose work I admire, but I've been really trying to just sort of do my own thing and not necessarily try to imitate anyone else. And I think that's been a really great really great creatively for me to take inspiration from others, but not necessarily try to imitate them, brick for brick, as you might say. Although I will say the one person recently who has really surprised me and whose style I kind of wish I could build in is the guy who's been making all the G3 mocks, Sakota. I think that he has a really huge talent and Bionicle elements together. And it's really, really great. And I wish I could have I wish I could have the imagination, I guess, but I don't think it's really a lack of imagination that's the problem. It's just trying to train your brain to see parts in new and different ways. And so I guess I've gotten used to seeing parts a specific type of way, and other people maybe have other experiences that make them be able to see different things and be able to find different ways of combining parts together. So anyway, yeah, there are a lot of cool mockers out there. Great to get inspiration from them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next few questions are from Ken, or Kanohi of Dova.
Nice.
He asks, that TES cast video
Test.
coming out.
Test.
Well,
Elder Scrolls?
Isn't it just the Elder Scrolls, right?
Yeah.
Test cast. When's it coming out?
It's the Elder Scrolls. It's my favorite game series
Weren't
of all time.
You guys working on something like that? I forget. Like Slime. You had a let's play.
I did.
What happened to that?
It died.
Why did it die, Slime?
Because
It burned alive.
I've gotten
After
further
having acetone
Morrowind than
on
even
it.
Slime.
I feel like we can have like an episode on the Elder Scrolls once like more of us have played, because like I've played a little bit of Morrowind beyond what I did in my Let's Play. I don't know if a lot of people know, but I did actually continue my playthrough of it. I just did it off camera because it was too much hassle and coordination wasn't really working out. But yeah, I recently bought Skyrim Special Edition, so I'm probably going to be playing that at some point soon. So I think if I play that,
Oh yeah, right. I guess Skyrim
is in fact the Elder Scrolls.
It's a false doctrine, a false god.
Just like Talos.
All right, you get out. I
Definitely
thought
get out.
I thought we already drove you out.
Darn
All
it,
right?
elves, they've ruined
Get out.
Skyrim.
Hope
Okay.
Alduin eats your soul in Sovngarde.
Too late, I already killed him.
You cannot kill me, for I am nothing.
He's not Makuta.
Right, so next question.
That's what you think.
Okay. Ken, he asks, favorite movies last year.
I feel like I didn't actually watch many movies last year, so I ended up.
Well, I watched quite a bit.
I mean, all I can really recall was about. We talked about that. The Lego Batman as well.
The Lego Batman movie was really good.
That was great.
Yeah, Lego Batman was pretty good. Yeah.
I loved The Last Jedi.
We haven't gotten. I mean, oh yeah, Blade Runner 2049. Did like that one as well.
Baby Driver came out last year too. I haven't seen it, but I've heard lots of good things about it.
Yeah,
People are gonna
it's
kill me,
kind of a movie. Not a lot really going on, but from a lot of the summer blockbusters that just have tons of action, because that's what sells. And apparently, the Blade Runner 2049 didn't do so well, or didn't do as well.
Pieces.
I mean, neither did the original Blade Runner, but
Yeah, neither did it. So history repeats itself.
Yeah. Nobody ever watched hard sci-fi.
Okay,
They
and
just
his
want Star
last
Wars.
question. Star Wars.
yeah, but Last Jedi was great. I know people are gonna hate me for that, but I thought it was really good.
So,
Yeah, for
So
the
when-
record, my two favorites are probably Blade Runner and Star Wars.
I didn't really. I couldn't say that there was any movies I saw that I particularly like fell in love with this year, because I missed Blade Runner. I really want to see it, but I didn't get around to it. I think what was my favorite though was probably Dunkirk. Other than that, it was just like the regular Marvel stuff that they were good, but like I can't find myself falling in love with anything Marvel anymore other than Daredevil or like the Netflix stuff in general. But the movies, they were good, but just not anything for me to fall in love with. Dunkirk was good though. I think that was my favorite of the year.
Right. Okay, and his last question is, are you guys firing slime?
Now.
Yes.
Right now, I guess. Oh,
I want to fire him.
Yeah, he's gone. So next.
By the way, my name's not Kronk. My name's Phil. If everyone forgot that. But...
Well, yeah, his running gag. But anyway, Echo of Jungle. Of Jungle asks, things you're most looking forward to in 2018. Well, I mean, what is coming out 2018? What are you guys excited about this year?
Definitely Infinity War.
What?
Infinity War.
Solo, a Star Wars story. It's going to be the best movie.
Oh
ever.
yeah, that's what I'm definitely.
All right, I'm changing.
so
question.
hyped
When
for
are we
Solo.
firing John?
I mean, John isn't here though. It's Thomas Anderson. So
Okay,
I mean, I guess
Thomas
we can send him a pink slip later on. But anyway.
Just, hand that to me. I'll make absolutely sure he gets it, and I definitely.
Excuse you, I'm in the chat right now.
Well, so yeah, 2018. What is actually going on? I'm honestly not sure. Like
There's like
go down.
There's one big thing.
We'll have things, right? Like maybe Metroid will get more details, or Pokemon on Switch. I'm looking forward to is more, So I guess I'm just looking forward to E3.
There's a video game. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I'll let you go.
Okay. There's a video game I've been anticipating for several years now called Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is like it's a historically based game that's based on some real events that happened in one little area in the Czech Republic in I think the early 1400s. And so it has a big focus on like realism and realistic swordplay and like like historical accuracy in general. It looks really, really cool, and it's finally supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was I don't think this year for the Switch, I don't think there's any way that it can be better than what happened last year, or even up to the same standard.
Unless they like release Smash, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Like I think they're gonna wait until Smash 5, right? Like
yeah, I think yeah, I agree. What I was going to say, I am most excited for it's small game. It's called Kirby Star Allies, coming out March 16th, 2018 on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Kirby. Is that what you're talking about? Kirby Star Allies?
It is, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a good game. Everyone should buy it.
Yeah, it's Kirby games. Always good. Okay. Next question.
Oh, Lego Master,
Okay.
did you have anything you were excited for in 2018?
We might potentially be getting new Lego Harry Potter sets in 2018. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want to say, Ak?
I think what I'm most looking forward to is everyone's gonna groan if they know me that well, but I am most looking forward to Dark Souls Remaster, which is coming out this year. And then there's also a people are gonna groan again, but there is an anime that's currently airing called Violet Evergarden, and is like has the most beautiful animation I have ever seen. And I'm just like really looking forward to seeing where that goes. I've been enjoying it. It's like hosted by Netflix or whatever, sponsored by it, whatever. So it's going to be up on Netflix.
Like it's a Netflix original, quote unquote.
Sort of, yeah. I think they didn't create it, but they just bought, like the same way that publishers for video games work, I think. But currently airing, and once it finishes airing, it's probably going to go up on Netflix. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Ah, I see. All right. Cool. So next question from CGL or Cold Gold Lazarus. Who among you has read Nova Orbis, which is I'm honestly not sure what that exactly is. It's Nikon Aqua Magna or Nikon Planet Ripple now series. Like, is it Bionicle? Like, is it like a continuation or something?
Let's answer the question. Who among you has read it? I haven't read it.
I have not, clearly.
I have not.
I want.
I don't read fanfics. I only write them.
I haven't read any of it, but I've like looked into it. It's basically like a continuation of the G1 story, and it like follows Akmao, who has become a Toa and has his own Toa team. And it's really interesting in the direction that they took it, but I haven't actually read the story itself, so I don't know how well it's done or like how well the story actually works out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm planning on reading his new comic that he's been working on for a few years, Planet Ripple. So I might go back and read Nova Orbis as well.
Who was it that wrote Nova Orbis? I don't remember the guy's name.
Nikon. His
that's right.
username was Nikon
Aqua
Magna.
Aqua Magna, yeah. Okay, I remember him now.
Cool dude. So would you want a new construction theme? I've answered this.
Short answer, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Short answer.
I don't think there's anyone who was a fan of Bionicle at any point to say, no, I think construction should just die. I mean, I think we all are in the same boat of we want something that's other than Star Wars construction for the moment. And it's not happening.
But it would be nice if we got kind of variety in construction now. Our realistic answer was that could be the case, but if it was, I'd really want that to be the case, you know? So probably everyone agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want construction to die. Construction sucks. Bionicle is terrible. You're all nerds.
Hey, John, remember that time when you said, hey, maybe they were just taking a break here because any new line they would have had up wouldn't be ready until 2018?
Who's John? I'm Thomas.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
What you just said was invalidated. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Nexo Knights wound up being so inferior.
I feel like that's a loaded question. That's very much a loaded question. Really is. It assumes that we all think that Nexo Knights is bad.
I mean, like, I saw the latest Nexo Knights, and they were. Oh, I mean, I'd probably buy at least some of them. Or there's like the one mech that people keep talking about, like the King Arthur, like cool. I don't know, Nexo Knights, it's kind of the question kind of assumes that we think it is, but I honestly haven't delved that much. All I know from Nexonites is what I did really back in the day. Now that those days are gone. But yeah, what do you guys think?
I like Nexonites. I feel like it's a fun theme, has a lot of really interesting builds. I mean, I think the villains is really where it shines, especially the second wave, or the second year, I should say, had some really interesting concepts and stuff like that.
You liked the stone villains, Slime?
Yeah, they're great.
Some villains are great.
Guys, or wait, which one? No, that's another different one.
Stone and lightning dudes.
Oh yeah, that's right. But now they have like a cooler villain with like cyber demon guys that have like guns for wheels or guns for legs. Like it's like a cyber virus thing going on.
Yeah, that's where they sort of lost me. I was quite enjoying the theme with the first and second wave, but then I think like wave 3, maybe it's just the aesthetic that doesn't appeal to me, but they kind of
the neon green.
Yeah,
is that
in the vampire thing? I don't know. I loved the villains of the previous waves.
Cyber vampires.
Didn't do it for me.
How could you not love cyber vampires though? It's like
I don't know, man. It's just not my thing, I guess. Okay. Also, before we move on, can I just ask you to check Discord real quick?
Yeah. I've been trying to. Okay, so.
In the meantime, has everyone said what they want to say? What do you think, Logo Master? What do you think of Nexonites?
So, what do I think?
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn because I've seen several of the builds in person. Folks have been bringing them to our lug meetings over the past year, and I mean, some of them are cool. I really like a lot of the parts that they're introducing, like all the trans orange stuff is really nice. I find that it's a little bit silly at times, and I think that was my problem with especially the first wave villains. I found that it was a little bit difficult to take seriously. So I wasn't a really huge fan of the villains actually up until the most recent cyber demon, cyber vampire guys. Those I really, really like the aesthetic of. I think that the trans neon and gunmetal was really, really cool. And I couldn't get into the red fire guys or even the purple and brown rock monster folks were just but I don't know. I mean, I don't think that it was particularly bad as a theme. I think that it has a lot of merit to it. It's just not one of the themes that appeals to me, which is weird because I really enjoy sci-fi and fantasy. I just wasn't a huge fan of how they combined it in that specific theme.
Plus, like castles, right? Like you like castles, right?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a really big fan of fantasy, more specifically medieval fantasy. I really like Oriental fantasy, which is why I like Ninjago. But for Nexonites, it wasn't quite doing it for me. So
what bothers me with Nexonites a little bit is that LEGO used it as an excuse to not make a space or Knights theme while it's running. So they're basically just like making one theme instead of two completely separate ones.
Yeah. So because Nexonites is probably only going to go for the rest of 2018, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think people are saying it might end after that, but I'm pretty sure it'll be going for the rest of 2018.
That would make sense. So if it runs its course as a 3-year action theme, then it'll be really interesting to see what they give us at the beginning of 2019. Maybe we'll get a whole new space and castle theme because it's certainly been long enough. What was it? Was the last space theme Galaxy Squad?
Yeah.
Dang.
Unfortunately, it's been a while. Yeah. And it seems like the castle themes have fallen into obscurity. Even when they are out, they're just not anything special.
Well, the most recent castle theme was just the very brief line with what was it? Red dragons, and what were the good side? Were they crowns?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
And that only lasted
I
for
don't
one
even
wave.
remember.
It was super generic.
It was supposed to be kind of generic and maybe a little bit old school, but it was also very short lived. So I'm really curious to see what they might bring out, because they've already got medieval-ish stuff with things like elves and even Ninjago. So
about a new Hogwarts set. That sort of counts.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, Harry Potter has ran alongside Castle in the past, so
Yeah.
Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so he asks, the slimiest of you all. I mean, that's kind of obvious, I guess.
Yeah, it's clearly
Oculus.
John.
Yeah.
No, it's Oculus. Be quiet.
Yeah, I'm so slimy.
Anyway.
No, I'm actually
okay.
Dude, I'm a skeleton, so I'm pretty bony and dry.
Calcium deficient, or got that going for you, I guess. Anyway, which I'm sure, Krunk, you said you've been waiting for this. What was the impact of the French Revolution on treatment of monarchy in the 19th century?
Oh yes, this is something I'd love to talk about. So, impact of the French Revolution on the treatment of monarchy in the 19th century. I love this kind of question because the French Revolution was the craziest, most amazing thing ever. And from what I can tell, is the French Revolution, along with the American Revolution, is what got people to stop thinking that monarchs had absolute power and were divinely selected, and more like, what's the point of having a monarch if they're just going to keep mistreating us? So it just kind of stopped happening after a while.
I think the actual impact was that G1 ended.
Well, that too.
G1 got canceled. That was the actual impact of it.
To be clear, the ideology of divine right of kings had already been on the decline for some time by the time those happened. That was why Charles I in England was opposed. And I'm
By the
sure
way,
that happened a little
don't
bit
you
earlier.
dare say the French Revolution was a disaster. It was the best thing that happened in the entire world. You shut your face, people.
Oh, okay.
I admire Maximilien Robespierre.
Yeah.
Totes. He's the best.
Didn't he like
dare disagree with that?
get his head chopped off, or like he chopped a bunch of people's heads off? Was that
Both
the guy?
people who were heretics and traitors, of course.
Mm-hmm.
He chopped a lot of heads.
The only
got
way
his
to
head
deal with
chopped.
heretics, aside from burning them.
So, should we even answer this? It's like, okay.
I don't really get why it was.
Yeah, I don't
even think we need that.
About like miraculous ladybug, and I haven't seen that. I don't think anyone else has seen this. So
I watched a few episodes, and I haven't touched it in like years.
Any insight on this question, then, Knock?
Yes.
Or no? Yes.
No.
Robespierre
There's
over
a-
against the revolutionists. to be
There's a
honest.
fort in Morrowind called Hawksmith. That's what I can contribute.
Okay.
There used to be a user on the boards called Hawk Flight.
Rip that guy.
Well then,
Rip in
so
peace.
Kordak asks, if you could choose any pre-existing theme to be the focus of a new Legoverse movie, and why?
That's a good
Ninjago.
question.
Canonical.
No, I'm kidding.
What?
Ninjago.
Say Even though it's already got one.
I
Yeah.
know.
Reboot it again.
Reboot it.
Do another Lego Ninjago movie. Oh hey, look who's here. It's
It's
LJ.
Well J. Wanson.
Well, hey.
Well, Jay Wanson. I've said it before in an episode that we did on the Lego Universe Cinematic, whatever, like a while ago, back when the Lego Batman movie came out. I'd really like to see a Lego Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah, that's right. We did have that question in that episode, right? Yeah, Scooby-Doo would be great. Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, just because it is such, like, as much as I hate to admit it, I think the Lego Ninjago movie proved that you need focus, and you need like a smaller band of characters than like 12. Which I haven't seen the Lego Ninjago movie, but from what I've heard, it seems like that's kind of the main issue, is that it didn't really focus on any of the ninja.
It pretty much exclusively focused on Lloyd. So I feel like a Scooby-Doo movie or Lego Scooby-Doo movie would, like, it wouldn't just fall into the trap of focusing on Shaggy and Scooby, which later, some series exclusively did and were the worst for it. So I think they go the Mr. Incorporated route,
right?
Scooby-Doo route.
And I feel like there's so many tropes associated with Scooby-Doo that you could very, very, very easily play off of that. And obviously, unless you're like 90 years old at this point, you probably know what Scooby-Doo is. It's old enough. It's classic enough. It's got the pop culture recognition. I feel like it would just be really cool. The one thing, again, that I mentioned before. The one issue is that how do you animate a Lego Scooby-Doo? Because the current piece is just one solid straight piece.
Pretty much.
That's the one hang up that I have on that. Yeah,
they could make a joke out of it and have him bounce everywhere.
It would be fun.
I think aside from the obvious answer of Bionicle, I think maybe Lego Alpha Team would be pretty interesting, because that sort of had a story to it. It had some interesting like characters and sort of things to it. I don't know. There's not a lot to work off of that they had, but there were some interesting concepts there, and I think maybe they could have done something with it.
Especially if they used it as a way to spoof the whole spy/secret agent genre. They could have a lot of material there.
Oh yeah, they definitely like all of their agent sets in general. I think like those types of themes. I think those could work for movies quite well.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Answer that, or
anyone else want to answer the question?
I said Ninjago. That's a joke, but goodness. Actually, you know what I'd really love to see? Something with Space Police or something like that.
I was literally just thinking space something.
Yes.
Space Police would be excellent.
That was a great theme.
Just have it be a parody of both a cop film and of like sci-fi.
Exactly. You could do that.
Lego movie. It was some kind of like space like that, isn't it? I think. Cool. Right?
Either that or you do a movie on like, well, never mind. I was going to say Castle, but that's basically Clutch Power, and we saw how that came out.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Clutch Power was in a very different era.
Yeah,
I think that they could do something Castle related, but they need to define things. They need to have a more particular set of characters.
Knight's Kingdom.
Castle is very wide.
Knight's Kingdom was great.
I feel like you have to pick something that people would know, because as much as I love Alpha Team, as much as I love, like classic space or Knight's Kingdom, you have to realize that outside of the Lego community, nobody knows those things. Yep. And the Lego movies are designed not for the Lego community, but for the world, like the more audience. So you have to figure out what makes Lego iconic, what makes the thing that they're trying to copy about iconic, and how do you make that translate in a way that everyone can understand it and not just like a small group of people.
I'm gonna give not an illegal answer to the question, because I don't Well, I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with a pre-existing theme being made into like a movie, but I would rather see something totally off the wall and zany. Like, remember on the Lego Movie DVD, there was a fake trailer for like Leonardo da Vinci and Abe Lincoln History Cops. I want something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, it would be interesting if like a Lego, because I mean the Lego Movie kind of featured, I guess, the stop motion animations that people use with Lego, and I guess like it would be neat to see some more like just like ludicrous concepts, you know, with Lego characters, just nondescript, no, not licenses or anything, you know. At a movie. But yeah. Next question? Or
I feel like we should save these sets of questions for the last.
Okay, so you want to move on to
skip to Uni's
ones? Okay, so what will you take away from the past 50 Modcast to make the next 50? Well,
we will remember not to talk about memes.
Yeah, never again. That's one thing we learned. And I mean, I think what we're probably gonna do, unless we can find more topics, do more no topic episodes or just sort of free form. We'll still be edited though, so we always do converge to a topic. So like no topic is a bit of a misnomer, right? Because the last episode was technically episode 49 was technically no topic, but we converged to the topic of and construction. You know, so we do talk about something. You know, we don't just always meander. Or I usually cut those parts out anyway. So you guys. Oh yeah, I guess we could get LJ too. I think he said he'd be up for guest starring again.
Yeah. He could totally guest star on that thing. That's totally happening.
That was totally not a development hack. So yeah, we could get that done. Well, what about you guys? What do you think? What did you? Oh yeah, I guess Slime. You've been on all of these modcasts. How do you feel about it?
I feel like
what are you gonna do to improve the format, to improve as a person?
I'm trying to think of a joke, but I can't think of a joke. For whatever reason, all I can think of is just Oculus in my head. It's just, I can't think of anything else.
Isn't that always what you can only think about?
Roblox goof sound.
No, I mean, like, I this is going to sound very awful, but I feel like I haven't learned much at all.
Really?
Like, I mean, yeah, we've done 50 episodes. It's been fun. It's been good.
And I've hardly been in any.
We have learned a lot of stuff, but like, especially with like length of episodes and how to structure things, how to like, you know, pace things and all of that. It's just a matter of, where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought. The moral of the story is that we're gonna keep doing and learn from our mistakes. No, never talk about memes. Never talk about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
But guys, Tide Pods.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no,
low key one of our worst performing episodes.
I totally wiped that out of my memory. But yeah, along with memes, Hitchhiker's Guide, so much work put in to like listen to all of the audiobooks and such, and then wasn't a good episode. I really disliked
we
that one.
only talked about it like I know we've mentioned
Minutes.
it before, but like normally when we record an episode, I mean you can tell how long we've been talking for now. This is pretty standard length for Modcast episodes. We'll talk for an hour, 2 hours, and watch edits it down. When we talked about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, we talked for like 45 minutes. We could not think.
It was like 30 minutes.
It was like 30 minutes.
It was like 30 minutes, and then a lot of that was just like, what are we talking
really
about
funny.
with this? Yeah. I mean, are we gonna talk about Bonkles again? But not maybe a whole lot. Not exclusively, but we have something planned for, for all y'all that want a new Bionicle episode for the Modcast. Yet though. Anyone else have thoughts on this past just entirety of our channel, the Modcast in general? Anyone?
Oh, we need to talk about Star Trek more.
Oh yeah.
I'm on some.
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for our viewer number to drop. Now that I've said that, amazingly, it hasn't.
I was gonna say, what we need is more of that Kronk guy in there because he's not been in enough episodes.
That's true. You took a super hiatus and just like
then I took another one.
Episodes. Yeah, for like 6 months, you haven't done anything, and now you've made your return though. Back and
Indeed.
And now you're here, and so yeah.
What do you think? It has been really hard looking for a quiet spot on campus.
I bet.
Waj, I think that, like, of course, it's difficult for someone like me who's only really been sort of a semi-regular to occasional appearance on the Modcast. Like, I haven't been nearly as involved as you or Slime have. I will say that it's been a really good exercise in podcasting in general and in figuring out how to say things in a concise and entertaining way. And I know that it's helped me to try to work on that a bit more.
All right. Yeah.
I think that honestly, a lot of the learning that we've been doing has already happened, sort of. And I think that a lot of the changes that we've been making have been gradual. And I think that, especially for you, I've seen how you've been gradually editing and tweaking and just changing the format as we experiment and as we get feedback. So I think that we're already
format definitely. I love to finagle with the format, man. It's so fun. Cause like I think in the past, like the first 30 episodes of the Modcast, it was kind of all standard and kind of it bled into each other. Like it definitely, they all were distinct episodes, but they had a very same. And like I tried to work with like the intros or just how on screen basically an indicator of that. I'm gonna definitely be doing some more of that.
I feel like this question leads into the next question, which is who's the MVP of the Modcast / modularity thus far? And the answer is very clearly Waj, because Waj does everything.
Here's the thing. I was gonna say you, Slime, because you had been like, the thing is about like me. Yeah, sure. I edit, but definitely show the most enthusiasm, I'd say, because you've been on literally every episode. It's like that's like I haven't done that.
Okay,
like I think you definitely.
I think I would say that like. Modularity is not quite
MVP?
modularity without Waj. If you were to leave, we'd sort of be losing modularity.
Yeah, and honestly, that kind of annoys me a bit because I'm like, basically when I'm, now in university having to do stuff, it's the activity on the channel kind of wanes. I'm like, I should just try to manage with that. I should probably try. I mean, there was one time where Slime edit something as well, and then that kind of, we won't talk about that. Whatever it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't come
Maybe one day.
One day.
Anyway.
One day.
For the last question.
I have found an answer to the question.
Did you go back? Okay.
Which is, what were your favorite questions and answers from past Quandas? So I went back through all the Quandas, and I found this one question, and this is going to be a little complex, but bear with me. It's a question that in the last Quanda, Modcast 40, Quanda 4, Unlimited Questions, John asked, out of the episodes we've recorded so far, do you have any particular favorites or least favorites? And my answer to that was the Journey to One Volume 2 episode. So that's my favorite Quanda question.
As your favorite one, right? Yeah.
Yes, that's my favorite.
I have actually changed. I think my favorite episode would probably be either the Rebel Nature one or episode 36, Game Breaking Sneeze. I just really dig those.
I still just can't get how upset I was at Journey to One, and just I was just I was just so mad. And I was sick at the same time, so I was like, I couldn't fully rage, even though I wanted to.
I still haven't brought myself to watch it.
Don't
keep it that way.
Guys, want to know what my favorite question was?
What was your favorite question?
Kronk guy was asking for money, and asking if he can get money for like a new Xbox or something like that. Then that same guy was like, he wanted to ask if he could get like a loan or whatever. And then eventually Indy came in. He was like, "Oh, actually, your name's Phil now." So I guess my name is Phil.
I forgot about that. Oh, yeah. Phil. Forgot that was the origins of that.
It was great.
And question, really topical, because that's literally the same question that Oculus asked.
Uni was getting way too meta with that question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it really shows how many episodes you've watched, which I assume is like.
He's watched one. He's watched one. Not even the one he's in.
Wait, which one did I watch? I thought I haven't watched any.
You watched the first one, I thought.
No, I haven't. I've watched your PSA. That's about it. And I've watched Kronk's his theory. Okay, maybe I have watched a few.
Oh.
I remember you were watching a few, and then
I have watched like at least 2.
Okay. Well,
I'm so sorry.
And that leads into the next question. Can you please kick that annoying guest of yours off the stream? Well, hold on. Let me just over this.
Hello,
name.
Guys, we have a couple.
Oh, hey! Look at that. And he has
a face.
Oh shit!
Huh.
Hello.
Oh, this
It's getting weird.
Hey guys.
Okay, I didn't expect this.
That was the guest that we're kicking off.
For the families watching, obviously he was referring to shiitake mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yes.
Finish what he was saying.
Yes.
So, Indy, you just joined here. Like, pretty much, we're on the last question. I think.
No.
Yeah. but
I'm
actually,
sorry.
okay. So Ghidorah technically asked some more questions, but I don't know if we'd even want to.
Okay, I'm in my question answering mode. So let's just
Okay. All right.
hammer him out.
So let's just go with last question that he asked.
Side note. Should I be recording myself right now? Or are we good?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay,
This is all streams.
Hello
This is all
there.
streams. Okay.
So my
if
face
you-
just got streamed, aka brilliant.
basically
Brilliant. That's fine.
the final product. But anyway, if you were designing Rahi.
Hmm.
Ghidorah 131. To your other questions, Ghidorah, we're kind of running late on time, I'd say.
No, we aren't. No, we aren't. Come on.
Right. So Indy, since you're here, what do you say? What do you think?
For designing my own Rahi?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a tough one. I would say, did we ever see any type of a Medusa type thing would be really cool, actually. I don't know if we ever got anything like that.
Medusa.
I don't know. Like a like snakes on the head kind of thing. I don't know how you do that with Bionicle parts, but I'm thinking part snake, part person. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool.
Right. Yeah. That would be interesting.
Like a serpentine in construction.
Yes. Yes.
From
with like
Ninjago.
a humanoid torso.
That'd be neat.
Yes.
That'd be neat.
AKA not what Medusa is at all. That's not Medusa.
I was gonna say a Hydra, but then I remembered that Doom Viper is a thing. So, maybe like a. They didn't really get like quite a few animals.
We got a huge selection. Yeah,
we did.
What if they had like
It's more sea creatures, maybe. I don't know. Like all I remember is like there's that one shark, like
the Takia. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe some more sea creatures in there.
Tarkov technically sea creatures, but whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. They are like lizards. I don't know, dolphins. Are there dolphins in Bionicle?
There was that thing that was going to be in Legends of Metro Nui that was kind of like a dolphin. You remember that whole thing?
There's that one. Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm grabbing my Rocky book.
I'm looking up stuff as well.
Are you looking at the was it creatures? Bionicle? Is that what it is?
But here's the question: does Bionicle really need a dolphin?
Yes.
Yes.
Where would we get used to this?
I'm consulting my Rocky Beasts by Greg Farshty.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know where my copy of that went.
Fun fact: this summer when I was road tripping across the West, I found this really weird bookstore in Portland, Oregon, and I found the Rahi Beasts book there.
Hey.
2017. That's where I got
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Neat. What was I looking for? I was looking for that one. Where is it? That's not it. These are all like combiner models.
I'm thinking of the Lorak thing. That's not a dolphin though.
Oh, the Lorak. No, it's that was the dragon thing. No, I was thinking of the Proto Drake. The Proto Drake.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the thing with it had like those flippers. It was blue.
Right.
The other thing I was thinking of was the Razor Whale.
Isn't that like in Bionicle the game, like in Gali's level, there was like a whale that transports them or something like that? That's what I remember. Oh, Rahi, that you have to Bionicle the game. But yeah, I guess last minute questions. Should we ask? I mean, chat's still active, so
yes.
Yeah, let's take a few more questions.
Yeah, let's take a few because Indeed just got here.
Wait, I have questions too that I wrote down.
Oh
no.
All right. Chronicler asks, "What do you think about Belgium's neutrality rights when it comes to World War II?" The answer is yes.
I think that's a pretty cool thing.
Also asks, "What are the Falklands rightful British territory?" The answer is
yes. I hope so. Yes. Screw Argentina.
The answer is
3.
The answer is 3. Moving on.
The answer is pi.
Answer is pi.
There we go.
Anyone got any questions in the chat? There's 12 people watching.
Yeah,
numbers going up and down.
There are 12 people. I mean, 6 of them are us, probably.
The chat, the live stream and chat's a little behind. So.
7 of them. But anyway, so Yeah, I mean, it is cool, like that you just joined the last minute though, Indy, because now we so rarely have done an episode with just all of us, and so we have all of us here.
Oh wow, you're right.
As well.
Yeah.
Episode.
Crazy.
Special. Oh, by the way, guys, Slime wants to know if Lego would be bringing back teal.
Teal?
Yes, Slime wants to know that.
Teal is a color that they used to
Can I
have.
say,
Did they have that with the
Lego
Terracotta? Is that the
Lego
same
should
color?
burn all their teal pieces and destroy it forever.
Yeah.
No, they should
Why
eat
don't you
the
like
pieces.
teal?
Yes.
But what's so wrong with teal?
You destroy it forever.
Cast it into the fire. Destroy it.
And then Hookie asks, should we free Tesla effect?
No.
I don't know. Personally, I think it's kind of cool.
No.
It's cool to see teal come back. That's all I'll say.
I don't
guess.
think we should free Tesla effect, guys.
Yeah.
Lime also asks, can we expect teal to be used in CCBS in the future? Unless there's something. Actually, I could see a Greedo being a teal color if they ever made a Greedo construction figure. But otherwise, no. Since the future of construction, as we can see it, is purely Star Wars. Unless there's a teal Star Wars.
So were the rumors of a summer 2018 construction theme?
Yeah, no, they haven't surfaced. It's 99% sure that it's fake now.
No, it's 100%. I'm pretty sure.
It's all fake. It's all fake.
I also, real quick, I want to show you guys something from last night. So TTV was having their live podcast, and I saw it on my YouTube feed. So I decided to pop in, right, to the chat, and this is just I'm sending it in our Discord. I don't know if you can move it somewhere. This is a perfect summation of.
Oh wow!
Rest in peace.
So for the chat, Indy asks, maybe you should try Vessel.
And then
Trio. This person says, "Who's that?"
Sigh.
Yeah, which is warranted. But I thought that was really funny.
LJ, I have a question. I'm ask LJ a question. LJ, will you ever try Vessel for your platform?
Oh, hey, LJ's here.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Guys, the chat's a little behind, and so is the live stream. So
that's all right. They'll be fine.
We'll probably be ending pretty soon. It's been like how long? It's like 2 hours or so. It's like 1.5.
It's been an hour and a half.
I'm so sorry. I literally slept in. I have no excuse. I don't have excuse this time.
We all finally, got together
The
in a
whole family's
podcast.
here.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
What were the other questions that we refused to answer? I want to hear them.
Questions. Oh yeah, the ones from Ghidorah, you mean?
Yeah, why not?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, we're just running low on time, but
it's the QANDA.
Let's
Come on.
see. Okay, you're designing the Galador 2042 reboot. What are the set functions for the main characters?
Nick Bluetooth has a head swivel function. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Nothing else.
It's a brick-based tool. There's no other articulation.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's similar to like how voodoo heads, you could knock off their heads. You can do that with Galador.
Right,
That's
right.
the function.
And they can have, simultaneously, they're like bobbleheads.
Yeah, let's do that then. Each set will be 2 pieces and 2 pieces alone. Nothing else, nothing more.
And and their function will just be, you waggle them around basically, and that they're fighting.
Yeah,
base. That's what it is. Yeah. They're just cinder blocks.
What was the best question we got while I was gone?
I mean, we spent a lot of time on the first question or second question, like favorite Lego themes.
Oh, okay.
Your favorite Lego themes, Indy?
Well,
past or present, besides Bionicle.
Slime. Do you know what Slime and Oculus? Do you know what I'm going to say right now?
Power miners.
Power miners.
That's my answer too.
Yeah. And then other than that, I really enjoy the Arctic stuff. That's cool. The like ice planet theme. I don't have any, but it has a cool dynamic.
Did you hear? Did you see that the newest city sets that are coming this summer are gonna be Arctic themed?
I saw that. I'm hoping. Yeah, that's really nice. I'm excited for that. I'm gonna get those.
Oh, LJ has a question.
Oh, LJ has a question. What is your question, LJ?
What's your question, my friend?
It's a sad winky face. I'm concerned.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That could mean anything.
His question is the sad
what does a
winky face.
sad winky face even mean?
LJ, I'm sorry,
it's
but
supposed to be like a crying thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or LJ's being weird.
Winky okay, what is...
I think the sad face is his question, and so my answer will be please seek some help. Because
you need some help. Yeah, you are clearly sad. Yeah.
I mean, he lived most of his life with a mask on his face. Clearly, someone at least needs some help. So
okay, that's a good question actually.
Okay. Where do you guys? Okay, so LJ Johnson. Where do you guys see yourselves in 50 more episodes and you strike through? And why do you need this job?
50 more episodes. I see myself recording episode 100.
That's a good answer.
I see myself dead.
Yeah, that's
I see
true.
myself being absent for most of the episodes.
That's also fair.
True. I mean, I see myself being more disgruntled, and probably the episodes will come out like,
once a year.
They'll eventually just like, because right now they've been coming out like they used to be every week, every 3 weeks, and so the time span is just going to expand. So when's episode 100 coming out? In 2039. What's coming out.
Also,
episode 100 though, it's going to be great. It's going to be a
talk about memes again.
Stream. It's gonna be a charity event. We're gonna try to raise some money for a charity. It's called the Please Donate to Our Patron charity.
Well, obviously we'll be on Vessel by that point. We'll be on Vessel by that point. I mean,
guys, I need a PS4 to play that.
Oh yeah, Vessel.
Go to the modcast.com/Vessel to see a free video of you choosing.
Stop it.
7th day early access only on Vessel. But yeah.
Did you see Lime's question?
Lime's getting really angry.
What are your thoughts?
I wanted to finish LJ's question actually real quick. I think eventually we're going to run out of specific topics for each episode, and maybe I'll get more into kind of a casual format maybe when it comes to episodes and their topics. So that could be interesting.
I think we he kind of asked a similar question to an earlier one where it probably will be more casual, like we'll have more quote unquote no topic episodes. I'll just edit them to have the topic in there, So,
I'd also like to see us do some more things once we reach episode 100. Like,
we have other series and plans in mind, right? So at last,
we've got ideas.
Yeah,
totally gonna happen. Anyway, so what's Lime's question? What's he asking?
Lime,
yes, what are your thoughts on my theory about LEGO wanting Bionicle G2 to fail so that they could save money on transparent CCBS recolors? Well, the thing is about the majority of transparent CCBS pieces that they used in G2 is that a good portion of them already existed from pre-existing construction things, especially Chima. Yeah, Chima is specifically what I'm thinking of. The trans blue pieces and the trans orange pieces, which are the two that are most frequent. Like they did have the trans apple green and the trans lime green. Well, no, the trans lime green that was used a few times too in Hero Factory. So pretty much it's just the trans apple green and the trans purple.
I think the easy answer to this question is that
No,
they're not. They don't need to save money on this because they were clearly just like shoehorning as much trans CCBS as possible into these sets. I don't think they're concerned about saving money on new transparent pieces. Like if they had a successful theme and they would never have to cancel it simply because they couldn't produce more of a new color piece. They would just stop recoloring pieces and just use other colors.
Yeah.
I think that just doesn't sound like a very solid business decision at all. There's a lot better, more logical, options here.
I was going to say, I see in the next 50 episodes that we're going to probably have more episodes where I come in last minute and start talking about fast food and fried food.
Oh yeah, fried food. Everyone's favorite topic.
That was so good.
Will you talk about KFC?
Yes, bring back my uncle KFC.
All right, so should we end it there?
I think we should end it there.
Yep.
Do you have any parting
Before this goes
words?
further
Anyone?
downhill.
I'm sorry you guys had the
Okay.
look on my face by accident.
I'm
Yeah.
never sorry
I was
to
gonna
watch
say,
this.
Belgium is stomping grounds for the German Empire to fight the French.
All right, yeah, we're closing on that.
Well, everyone, thanks for
Wait. There's
listening.
one last question, apparently.
Oh, fine. Okay, Hyuki, ask your last question. What?
I'm letting him do it.
Okay, what's this?
What is
No.
Kosovo, just Serbia?
No.
No.
Yes.
All right.
No.
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 Okay,
Well,
9.
now, let's end. So,
Thank you.
Yeah,
goodbye,
let's end that.
everyone.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you for listening.
I
Thank
love
you for
you
having
all.
me.
Bye
As a guest
to
speaker.
everybody.
Here's to another 50.
No,
Here's
please.
to at least 5.
At least 5, yeah.
Here's to one, at least.
All
This is
right.
the last episode.
And now, I'm going to